Yeah.
So how did you link? You and Tasha.
So we are in this group called Igiza Arts. It's a theatre production company. It actually started when I was in campus in JKUAT. So at some point I got out of it to try and follow the path in software engineering. So at that time, that's when Tasha joined as well. So I came back several years later, and I met Tasha, who is a very good actress, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's how we just linked up. Yeah.
What about you? What was your, your project that you're like so proud of? Your breakthrough technically that put your name out there?
Surprisingly, it's not even in theatre.
Oh, interesting.
So there's a project we did with Antonio Sol a while back. And actually from there, nikafikiria I'll be the next Lupita.
So who are some of the guys you look up to in this industry of ours? Because I want to be like this dude. I'm this chick.
In Kenya?
Yeah. I mean, there has to be. Me, like...
okay,
so like, we have some superstars around.
Yeah, but there are also Kenyans abroad, so it's all good. I mean, you can go for Eddie, Kadeki.
But ideally, I look up to... I don't know if you know Brian Ogola.
I've heard of Brian Ogola.
Yeah, he's a very good actor.
I think I've actually interviewed him at Vibes, when I was at Vibes Radio.
Yeah, he's a very good actor. I think I've watched him in so many projects. And I try to just like follow
what do you like about him?
I mean... He does it so effortlessly. It looks so easy for him. He's very authentic in his emotions. So I try to really emulate that. Yeah, so
are you like an emotional guy now that you're trying to emulate Brian?
You're asking an actor. So
yeah, you can. Can you cry right now straight?
Don't put me on the spot.
Yeah, because sometimes you never know. Actors can just be like, yo, fam,
you can switch up.
You can switch things on. What about you? Who do you look up to now in Kenya, in your space?
I honestly currently do not have someone I look up to in that sense. I just have somebody that I like their work ethic and the things they're doing. That's Wakio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's really doing something to change the industry in a way.
Correct.
She has a program currently that is training young actors, I think mostly Gen Zs. And it's doing very well. It's a free program, and it's more than just the art. There's the personal branding. You're taught about law, and these are things. It's a gap she's filling in this industry. That is, I think, for me, that stands out.
Because
we don't have that. We don't have like formal training for actors. Unless you go to university.
Are you serious? Like an all-out academy for actors.
You haven't heard of one.
We don't have any locally.
None that I've heard of or seen. Unless it's...
And in abroad, they're very expensive.
So to offer one and for free and offer all that she's offering, that's really something.
I'm curious, by the way, when you look at theatre, how's the audience? Do people usually turn up? Is there an actual interest from Nairobians to go watch those plays, Harold?
You'd be shocked. Actually, we have so many people.
Guys turn up.
Who love theatre. There are people who at first they think theatre is like the way we used to do those plays in high school.
Correct.
And then they get to watch a single show and they see this is like a modern way of doing theatre, and they get really interested in it, and then they tell others, and that's how the fan base just grows. So we have so many people. When you come to the Kenya National Theatre, when you go to Allianz, when you go to the Brisbane Theatre, you'll always find shows that are fully packed.
100%. And is it just like a Nairobi situation? How about the others in other counties? What do you think?
At the moment, I think it's more of a Nairobi situation. Because ideally, theatre is not like film. So for you to convince someone to come all the way from another county to come and watch you, they must really be theatre lovers. And also maybe they have heard about you through other people and they're really interested in seeing what you guys are about. So it takes a bit of effort to actually reach people outside Nairobi. But I would put the current fan base to be just people from around Nairobi.
All right. Ten.
Looking at your counterparts in film, we've had some remarkable achievements, say this year and the last year, in terms of projects from Kenya. We've had some projects that have debuted internationally. Have we had some from Now Theatre that have made it into productions, and maybe big productions to showcase out there?
I don't think there's one that I'm aware of. because most of the productions that actually garner interest outside Kenya are the ones where we do adaptations of things like Lion King, Sarafina. It's easier to garner international audience based.
What makes it difficult for the local ones to gain the traction from outside, maybe?
Because you find in most cases we tell stories that
we relate to.
For example, is it a month ago we did a show called Save at Justice? This is a show we actually started rehearsing around January, and apparently it just coincided with the situation we had about the finance bill and whatnot, and the police brutality. So you see, those are things that affect us directly. So people around, or rather Kenyans, will resonate well with
more
the story you're telling, as opposed to somebody outside the country.
Is there like a need, Tasha, for you guys to now produce stuff that really reflects the situation in the society? For example, this quote-unquote Gen Z revolution, there's some sort of unrest in the society. Guys are not happy with the way Gava is going about their business. Do you feel like there is a need to produce content, work that reflects whatever's going down on the ground?
I feel like, yes, there is need, because just like any other person, I feel like we're playing a part in it and just using our voice to like tell people this is there's this, and this is how, as creatives, this is how we're viewing it. So doing content that reflects on whatever is currently happening in the country, I feel like is very important. And you can see like how people resonate with whatever they see on stage, and people normally live with some feels, and you can tell like you touched a nerve.
I can imagine. Nino?
I'm quite interested in watching the shows. I know I used to be very interested earlier on when I was younger. Life happens, we grow up, we don't have to touch base anymore. If I wanted to watch a play, how do you publicize, or do we have to come to KNT? I know my son is very interested in acting. I don't know where to take him.
That's what's up.
I think especially for local shows, it being that hatuna pia hivyo do mingi sana za kupoa into marketing. The other thing that also makes shows like Sarafina and whatnot, like watu wakuje, and you attract a fan base that people that don't normally come to theater, is because also the marketing that goes into it, like isn't it utaona on the paper, on TV, whatnot. But for us, like putting up a show that, for example, we're having a show that we're preparing for right now in it at the waiting room, like I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it.
Correct.
But Kituka Sarafina, like you could see it everywhere. So I think for us, our biggest challenge is just finding the best way to go about marketing that doesn't necessarily like eat a lot from our pockets.
I really love how you guys are getting out there and pursuing your careers, your interest in the arts. Since you're struggling with that marketing, I want us to have a relationship. You guys, every time you have a show, just bring it. Come through.
Come through.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
We got you guys.
That's how we roll here at the Standard. We're gonna put out there because it's an awesome initiative what you guys are doing. Very resourceful on the ground. I'm curious, when it comes to theater and film, in terms of preparation, what's daunting? What's harder, bro?
I think I have a feel already.
What's harder, man?
Actually, I'd say two things are very difficult. One is getting the lines, because you see, in as much as you're acting a specific role, you need to know lines of each and every person.
I can imagine.
In the play. And you have like 40 to 50 pages for you to cram.
Jeez. What did you say? 40.
There's no way I can just get there.
I can't even cram one page.
There's no way I can get there and just wing it. I'm giving the story.
Not necessarily.
When they tell you, I like that.
There are productions where you can go and wing it. So the thing about theater is we all don't do the same thing. Like the production companies that do a different style.
I can imagine.
About theater is it has different styles. So here you are wing it. We have like
so they actually do exist.
I have been in a production where you just go and wing it.
So you're
given a storyline.
Actually, it's very interesting because you create it like at that moment.
No, hook me up with those ones.
Why are you looking for shortcuts?
I know. No, those ones are my calling.
I know. But go ahead.
So there's that, and then there's now getting your character. Like, I mean, I'm a 29-year-old guy, right? if you just look at me, if you didn't know my age, some people, maybe
I say you're younger.
Yeah,
like a 22-1. Yeah.
So maybe if I'm asked to play an 18-year-old, I need to get into the mind of an 18-year-old.
Correct.
So getting to that character is also a bit difficult and challenging. You have to do a lot of research.
You don't know how to act childish.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Tasha, what's your favorite role to play?
Mi napenda roles za wamadhe.
Aya.
Okay.
And also roles that challenge me as a person, because I'd want to be that person without having Tasha in that character. So just telling.
What was the most difficult role you played, and what made it so difficult?
Ooh, there was this play we did. I was with Akina Mamati.
I'm still Homecoming.
No, it wasn't Homecoming. There's a play I did, and I was supposed to play the role of so it's set in like a very. The setting is ni kitambo kidogo, like ni kitambo.
Oh, the ideal husband.
Ideal husband.
Yes.
So I was supposed to be with another girl, and our work is just to sit pretty and gossip.
Oh my God.
And it's not that gossipy.
She would have done a good job. This one, Nino would have
giving.
Yeah.
Girl.
So why did you find it so difficult? Because you're not used to just chilling and gossiping.
I'm not used to chilling and looking pretty. That for me was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I want to speak. I want to do stuff.
You want to engage.
Yeah, but just it was a little bit difficult.
I'm very curious. I want to ask one intense question.
Go ahead.
Do you have intimate scenes?
That's a good question.
And how do you handle them?
We do.
And how do you actually even prepare for such?
How intimate?
Personally, when I am supposed to.
Okay, what is it? Citygirl wants details. You never know, man.
The tease in the details.
Next week.
The tease in the details.
The tease in the details.
Go ahead.
So for theatre, really, there isn't much you can do. The closest you can be with a person is maybe just assume
a breath away.
A breath away.
Yeah.
Because also it's a live audience.
What if you're acting with your crush?
So the thing about that is when I get on stage or when I get to the rehearsal space, I leave Tasha outside the door. If my character name is Lucy, I am going there as Lucy.
Correct.
So it is also up to your scene partner, whoever you're supposed to be intimate with, to also sort of like forget their own person outside and come in as the character, because then it gets easier. It's not Kevo, my crush. It's now
Anthony.
It now makes me actually think of something that is a notion out there. I've had a group of people who say that they wouldn't want to date actors. It's a thing. It's a thing because they're always scared of that switching into characters.
Just what Harold said earlier.
Is it actually a thing now outside there now when you're not on stage or on set?
I have had several people tell me, so I tell them my name, I tell them, actor. And they automatically they attack.
It's a deal breaker for them because it's actually something
I can imagine. But fam, that would be so dope having an actor.
No, I'd be scared, man.
When you guys are going to like a crazy when you're dealing with cops, just let to start crying. Babe, start crying.
It works.
It works.
Now tables turn when it's against you.
I know. You don't know how to handle the situation.
Bana.
Are you serious? Are you actually pissed?
No, are you actually pissed for real? How are you acting?
Let me ask you something, Harold.
Yeah.
What's your I'm going to use a sports term. What's your pre-game ritual? Yeah, before now you get on stage, I'm on a set. What do you do just to get you on, that creative juice?
Anytime before I go on stage, man, psych up is a must.
Yeah, how do you psych up?
We just listen to music.
Oh, what kind of music?
Any music that has hype. It can be gengeton, it can be piano.
I like that.
Before we go on stage, but we also have our own psych ups that we have come up with. We just try to get into the zone.
Any
exactly. Zile za high school.
I like that.
Ever had any bad on stage experiences?
That's a very good question.
Like unafika pale and then all your lines are gone.
that happens.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, that's expected.
And then how do you deal?
How do you deal with that?
You're a professional, man.
Okay.
Once you're on stage, you know how to recover. Because again, you remember I said, lazima you cram like the lines here other people. So you know how to save the situation. If somebody forgets their line and you know at which point the story you are in, you know how to creatively ease their way back to the
That's
story.
That's what makes you a professional.
Yes.
Let me ask you something, Tasha.
Yeah.
Have you had a crazy experience with a fan?
With a fan?
Yeah. The so obsessed. They're like, marry me, Tasha. Give me oil, please. When him supu. Fans can be crazy because I know I have. Yeah.
Not really. Our fan base, good people, those ones.
The dope,
Cool
yeah.
people.
Oh, yeah?
Cool
Discipline.
people.
Yeah. What about you, Harold?
Not really. I haven't had any crazy experience.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
You
The
guys are
worst,
talented.
the worst that could happen is
Yeah.
just somebody like really fangirling so hard, and probably they saw you somewhere, so you just met, and they're like, so I'm like, I'm supposed to know them, but then I don't. So
imagine.
And there are those who actually do it when you're on stage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for real?
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're acting,
Well, like
they
they throw
just
their
shout
knickers
your
on
name.
stage.
Oh,
So it throws you off a bit.
This is very impressive. When I was in Standard 6,
Yeah.
I really wanted to be an actor, actress. So I joined drama club.
Oh.
I went to Parklands Primary, by the way.
Yeah.
So we were prepping all while we were going to Riverbank. Who knows where Riverbank Primary is?
I don't know.
We have all our lines on set. Then we get to this. We get on stage. So on stage, while we were getting into Riverbank Primary, some guy, I remember his name was maybe Ian.
Yeah.
Said hi.
Very Nairobi.
He was like, "Hi, my name is so and so." And I remember, I think he was the prefect or the head boy in that school. I got on stage, then the first face I saw
Was Ian?
Ian.
is Arap Idilisha. Hi, Ilisha.
You're like, you're a psycho.
I was like, and he was a very, very,
Very what? Very what?
Good looking at that time. Good looking at that time.
I don't know where he went to, though. I don't know where he went to. He kept tabs until we was after
Ian, if
class
you're
8.
listening,
Must be, should be.
So how can people follow and support you if need be?
so we are Igiza Arts on all social media pages. We also have a website, igizaarts.co.ke. That's where actually you can get tickets to the show that we are prepping for next week.
Good stuff.
If you come to the Kenya National Theatre, you'll always find us, especially on weekends, rehearsing. So
You said you have an upcoming show. What's the show and what's the
about?
date maybe, and maybe what is it about?
Very briefly.
So it's called The Waiting Room, produced by Arnold Mandu Reina and directed by Martina Buya. So it's on 7th and 8th of September. That's next week, on Saturday and Sunday. We have two shows both days, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. So ideally, the show covers two things. One, dysfunctional families. I won't really go much into it because of spoilers. And two, we are also having a critical discussion on matters healthcare in Kenya.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
And how it's been commercialized.
Yes.
100%.
Good stuff.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for coming through. It's been real. Let me let you guys go and do your thing. Do you guys party?
Yeah, of course.
Do you party?
Invite us.
Yesterday
Our parents are listening.
Yesterday we wrote, I can imagine. Fine, 29. Doesn't matter.
It shouldn't matter.
That is Harold, Kerry, and Tasha Mora. They are actors. It's all about creatives on the rise this evening. When we come back, we'll be hanging out with guys from Standard Rugby Club.
Oh yeah. Newly promoted.
You don't want to miss out on that conversation. Asante sana, guys.
All right, thank you.
Good job.
All right.
Playing the best music for hard-working Kenyans who are getting the job done. Spice up yourself.